But honestly, like I kind of just said a billionaire because I'm obsessed with Batman and he's a billionaire, and it's like, like why not? If you're gonna ask for something, why not ask for the best? But like I said before, nobody has
So
to
you
be a
want like an eccentric, weirdo lunatic that goes out at night and beats up mentally
I
ill
do.
people? Is
I
that what
want
you're
I do. I if he's over like if he's into justice and the same things, like I have very strong political opinions. I just have very I have a lot of opinions, and if he can get along with it and fight for justice the way I do, then I guess I can get along with him and we can make money together. But yeah, like everyone wants a billionaire. It's not just me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if people can have fantasies of things that they want, even if they're totally unrealistic. I'm not saying they can't. But let me ask you a question. I think Brian was getting into this earlier. Maybe I can dive into it with you. What did you say you brought to the table?
Um, I what did I answer him? I told him it really depends. I can bring everything to the table or I can bring nothing. I just
Well, when you say
reciprocate.
everything, how about some specific things in
Well,
everything?
like if we're talking about a billionaire, let's say I really, really have set up my mind to marry a billionaire. For me, I feel like I have to go back to school, and I've always wanted to be a chemical engineer. So maybe I can get a degree in something like that, be work in petroleum, and maybe that way I can meet my billionaire. So it's not really impossible to reach that goal. It's just that a
Yeah,
matter
okay,
of
you've met
choice.
him. You've met him already, right? What are you bringing to the table though for a billionaire?
Well, if I have my degree and I have my money, like, what does he want? What does he
Well,
want?
that's the
I'm not
opposite
doing
of the
threesomes, so I'm not bringing
that's the
that to
op-
the table.
well, that's the opposite of the question though. So the
Because I
question,
really don't know how to answer this question. Every girl answers the question almost the same way, talking about stability, because that's what we offer,
mhm.
loyalty, that's what we offer, stay at home and be a good mom, that's what we offer. Seems like it's not enough. So maybe you can answer this question for me because I'm really confused.
Okay, nobility, interconnected families, an idea of chastity. You bring chastity to the table, virginity, a sense of virtues. Do you bring a sense to the table that no matter what's going on, you're always going to uplift this person? You're never going to say a word behind their back to
Yeah.
anybody at any time. Not only that, but even behind their back, you're only saying good, kind things about them, even if you're upset with them. See, those are really good qualities that would move you towards virtues that probably high status men would want. What's so interesting to me, though, is that you don't default to any of those virtues. You just kind of do this blank slate theory. Whatever you like. You ever see that movie Coming to America? That was you, right? Whatever you like. Well, what is it about a billionaire? What do you bring to the table? Whatever he wants, whatever he likes.
That's
Well,
not really how I
what is that
answered
doing?
it, though. That's not what I said, though.
That's what you did. Isn't it funny how she knows she wants a billionaire, but she can't list a few things, tangible things to men? You guys would be surprised how many women don't know, have no idea what men really want. Like as a man, you have to know that women like flowers. They want you to listen to them when they're telling you their issues. They want to pillow talk. They want you to take them on dates, take them on trips, pay their rent, pay their phone bill, buy them food, give them good sex, eat the punani if they ask you to, like care for accept their kids. As men, we can list 99% of men will list everything, most things women want in a relationship or even just to date them. But at the same time, 99% of women cannot make a list of 10 things men want on average. It's it's amazing to me.
I said it really depends. If he brings good stuff to the table, then I will bring my good side. And if he's bringing bad stuff to the table, then I'm bringing nothing. That's really what I said.
Well,
You're
that's what the
just,
question's about, though, right? It's like, what's that good stuff?
um, I feel like I just mentioned them, but it just goes back to really loyalty. But it's like I'm not gonna sit here and preach how about like how loyal I am because you're not gonna believe me. None of the guys who are watching are gonna believe me, but I know
I have no
myself.
reason to disbelieve you about anything
Well,
I just said to
you've
you.
been so far.
So far, what? How have I disbelieved anything you
You,
said so far?
I don't know. I just feel like you're changing my words somehow.
How?
Like I'm saying something and you asking me the same question, or you're saying that like I didn't mention the good qualifications that I thought that any woman could
No,
bring
no,
to the
no.
table.
No, that's the opposite of what I said. So what I said was, it's interesting to me when you ask women this question. See, I have a theory. This theory is that it's not that women don't bring anything to the table. It's just that women think they're the table. So when you
Yeah, they don't care. They all think they're the prize, they're the queens. You know, they think women believe men were put on earth to do things for them. And they believe they're not supposed to reciprocate.
what are you bringing to the table? They're like me, because they're the table. They think they're the table. So they never actually say that they're going to bring anything to the table because they think that you're supposed to set things on top of them, right? Hey,
I
I'm
mean,
the table.
if
You
we're
bring everything to me and set it on top of me, and then it all becomes mine. And that's why I think universally we don't get a lot of great answers from women when we ask them what they bring to the table, because it seems like what they always say is nothing. They don't say anything. I've never actually asked a woman this question and heard the answer that I would love to hear just once.
what
I
is
bring
the answer
virtue,
that you would
virtues. I
love to
bring
hear?
virtue to the table. That's what I would want to hear.
That's what you want to hear? You want to hear a woman to tell you that she brings virtue to the table?
Just one time.
And would you
when I asked a
believe
woman
it if
that
she says
question,
if she says so, would you believe
you
it?
know what? I would. You want to know why? You want to know
Why?
why I would believe it? Because I've asked hundreds of women this question, and I've never heard a single one ever say I would bring a high amount of virtues to the relationship. So any woman who actually did say that, I would actually be prone to believe her.
Well, maybe if you met me 2 years ago, I would have said something like this. But right now, I've lost my faith in man, and maybe a new man will restore my faith in them. But yeah,
You see, maybe if I meet a man, he will restore my faith in man. So with that mindset, there's one thing she doesn't forget. She still wants a man who's a billionaire. So even if she claims she doesn't trust men, she still expects a billionaire. Like the mindset. Now, I can tell you right now, there's maybe 10, 12 women on the panel. 99% of them have the same mindset. Maybe they don't want a billionaire, but you can find this one wants a man who makes $2 million, $1 million, $500,000, $250,000, but none of them believe they qualify for an average man. All of them believe they want the top 1% man. All of them on this panel. It's crazy out here. What do you guys think? Link down below to whatever podcast.